So, if we pull this up, you will see that Tedder stage is base game. If we do conditioned, semi-dry, hay, or base game. So let's take this back to the field, and this time I am going to set it to conditioned. Unfold it, and I am betting you that I could have done this with the orange one. And there you go. It turns on, it spins, it turns everything into conditioned grass, which is where we want it to be. And it spreads it out again, so I'm going to have to come through here with the magic gathering tool in order to do the thing. We can turn that off. Now that does mean that if you really don't like tedding, you can just run over the field and ted straight from fresh grass to hay and not have a problem. But at least we fixed that, and you know what, since we're not down at the store, I am going to go back here. We'll lease the Z-Tour again for 2,167. Back there, 2,167. And we will lease, wrong button, Tedder. That is orange. That is 841. We'll refund that one immediately as well. We will jump over to here. I'll turn this on. Back that up to there, connect it to the back, pull up the help text, and it works. Okay. Good to know. I just wasted a ton of money buying a brand new tedder that I didn't actually have to buy. I am not going to refund the cost of a new tedder. We will just keep the vicon, because that's what we have now. And the little orange one was a little bit older than the one we already had. I am going to okay, worker doesn't like that, so we are going to have to do it all ourselves. Oh, didn't find a field, huh? That's cute. Okay, so I guess I'm tedding the field myself. And then we will re-row it, and then we will bale it into conditioned grass, which will turn into whole crop silage when it's wrapped, and I will be a happy bunny because whole crop silage is worth a whole lot more than the other types of silage on this particular map with this particular economy level. And as I said before, you know, some maps the economy level is set by the map maker, and so the map maker sets the prices for all of the stuff that you can sell, and what they can do is make the stuff base value more valuable, and then depending on the difficulty level you select, excuse me, depending on the difficulty level you select, base value is halved if you choose medium economy and quartered if you use hard economy. But if the map maker has doubled the value of stuff as the base value, then hard mode is as difficult as medium mode would be on a normal map, on an unadjusted map. And that's what what was his name? Can't remember what his name was. The guy who did Lawfolds for 17 was he basically increased the value of all of the produce, and so you actually played, your income was better than you would normally expect it to be, and it looks like there was a little bit of a glitch there with the stream. Oh, and it looks like the windrower is also going to be in our way. Well, no, actually I can probably drive around that. But anyway, we haven't lost, I mean, we haven't lost out on our tedding ability. Our tedder is the same size as it was. Still need to figure out the straw. And I don't know if I've got a mod that allows me to cut bales and leave a pile of whatever the bale's made of on the floor. Don't think I have, because that would be a little bit dangerous, because I would probably end up trying to pick bales onto the back of a bale trailer and ending up shredding them in the middle of the yard, which would be a not great thing to have happen. But I could always shred the bales in the yard and then shovel them up with a shovel. I don't know. Maybe get a small loading wagon. That would work too. Or a feeder. I mean, at worst, you can still shred bales given a TMR mixer. Obviously, it's not the greatest of plans, but you can do it that way. Yeah, still good. Oh, I'm going to have to manually. See, I think the problem is here is the tedder is spreading the grass out slightly more than the windrower allows for. So these windrows are now too wide for the baler. So I'm going to have to re-row all of this. Shouldn't be too difficult. But I don't think that a worker is really going to have a good time rowing all of this. So we're going to have to do it all ourselves. Actually, I think I'm clipping on the left edge there. There you go. That's definitely too wide for a baler to find. Well, it is what it is, and I can turn that off again. Okay, so we learned how to ted grass, or ted stuff. You have to set it up right, and I forgot all about that until I'd already messed around with things. And since the worker can't see the field, we're just going to have to do all of this manually. So what I might do is call an early end to the stream this week. We'll just, I'm going to TED this, I'm going to windrow it again, I'm going to bale it back up, and we do that every week, so that's good. We have completed planting our oat field, so the oats are planted. We have only £63,000 left, but I do have an absolute ton of silage bales to sell now. Plus we've got that one grass silage bale, which I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. No more contracts this month. I am going to have to sell the perishables before the end of tomorrow, game day. And then September, October, we have, I think we can mow this field once more in November. I think October, that field to our right will be ready to run a contract on. So we probably will do that, and I might do that off camera as well. So we're now looking at, really depends how things advance over the next couple of days as to when I'm next going to be. We'll be here next Saturday, but I don't know if it'll be the middle of winter, the beginning of winter, or we'll be into spring and looking at planting that very yellow field ahead of us. I will be doing some contracts in October if there are any, some in November if there are any, and then obviously we'll be moving through winter into spring and trying to make some more money. I want a bigger tractor. Bigger tractor is a big need for us, I think, because I want a bigger tractor so I can use a more featured mower system, and we'll actually be able to cut grass and condition it while it's cutting, as opposed to just cut grass and then we always have to TED the grass at least once. But as you could see with that manual setting on the TEDer, it does mean that you can take this fresh grass, turn it straight into hay, you only have to TED everything once. So it's, from a play aspect, it depends whether you really hate TEDing and you just want to TED everything once as a maximum, or if you want to role play it and, okay, well, I can TED it today and turn it into semi-dry grass, and I gotta leave it out in the sun and let the sun dry everything off, and it rained overnight, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to TED the grass and make it wetter again, or I'm going to go out and TED it and basically leave it as it is, because unfortunately it got a little bit wet, but I need to flip it over and dry the other side. So there's role-playing opportunities there if you want the multi. I need to TED it 15 times before I get hay, or if you really just don't like TEDing and you just want to get the job done, you can just set it so that I want hay today, so I'm just going to TED this out into hay. Or you can, we're playing 3-day seasons, so that we could do okay, I'm TEDing it today into conditioned, tomorrow I'll come back and I'll TED it into semi-dry, and the day after I'll come back, I'll TED it into hay, and then we'll bale up the hay and we'll feed it to the cows. Really, however you play it. Obviously, the way I look at this, I'm playing 3-day months, so every game day is effectively 10 real world days. If you think about it, a third of a month is about 10 days. So if I am, everything I've done today is the 11th to the 20th of September. So I would have time to mow the grass, ted it again, turn it into hay, and we're done type of thing. If I expanded to a 4-day month, then it's a weekly thing. So what can I get done in a week? That's what I should allow myself to do in one game day. If I played a 28-day month, then yes, I should ted it today and only one stage. Now, it's very unlikely I'm ever going to play a 28-day month, because that's just crazy talk. But, you know, I could go to a 4-day month and say every day is 1 week. But then I've got to consider what tasks, how much work I can get done in a week. Should I allow myself to do contracts for 2 days of a month, or that type of thing? I kind of see contracts as easy income. How hard do I want the game to be? Because we are playing hard mode. We don't have a very favourable we don't have a very favourable economy. Our income is not particularly fast. We're doing okay. I mean, every so often I hope this fits. Yep. So, kind of careful, we'll get it all. Yay, Pokemon tedding. I mean, in the last month from our income, we did manage to buy that used slurry tanker. We've still got 63,000 left. That cost us... can't remember. That cost us a bit. That's money. Let's look up money. New vehicles. 59,000. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I think it was about 20,000. Obviously, we could look up a new one. 58,000. Yeah, it probably cost us about 28,000 used, which isn't bad. That saved us a bit of money. It's not big, but we don't have to drive very fast, and even still, we don't drain it very quickly either. I mean, I could run up and down that field twice, and before I had to go and refill it. I'm not sure we'll manage the same on our big field in front of us. The big yellow field in front of us may not. This is just... you have to be very, very precise. Now, the advantage here is obviously, while I am creating some patches of fresh grass, once it mixes in with the conditioned grass, we should end up with just conditioned grass bales coming out. So not a big problem there. But yeah, that big field in front of us, if I was going to slurry it, I'd probably end up with sort of 3 and 95% of the fourth one done when the slurry tank runs out. I just turn around earlier. Leave bigger headlands. But yeah, as I said, not gonna slurry that field this year. If there's another field out there, what I might look at doing, I might have to borrow a little bit of money, is borrow, harvest a field of, late harvest stuff, so corn or sunflowers, and as soon as I've finished harvesting it, I would then need to buy it. I don't want it too far afield. No pun intended. Actually, lots of puns intended. Or we just buy the wood field or the wood plot and just cut down trees for winter as part of our winter money-making venture. I could do that. That wouldn't be horrible. Obviously, our cows are a thing as well. Let's put that on cruise control. I think that's relatively centered. How's the cows? So November we should get 5. January time we'll be getting another 10, and then what's that? March we'll be getting 20, 15, some. But that does mean that our food stuff is going to go up. We have 8,500 litres of milk. I haven't delivered any milk this month, so I guess we're making more. Okay, we'll call this the last run. And then I'll see if I can set the windrower on a worker. He may not work because he may look at the ground and just say, I can't deal with that. But yeah, I think today has been relatively productive. As I said, we got our field planted, we're all set for winter. This field we might get another cut out of. I think we got more than enough food stored up for the cows, so I'm not too worried about running out yet. I'm still not sure if that's ever going to be a thing, but we might end up in a situation where we cannot keep up with the cows' food needs and we may need to buy food. Now that mineral that I bought, that does, I believe, feed the cows. It's just that it doesn't go into the robot feeder. I think Roy's already gone. It would be nice if the robot feeder would accept Maize Plus stuff. Doesn't have to, but that would be a nice thing, just so that we can buy any of the mixers and any of the foodstuffs. Okay, what am I doing? I'm saying go worker. Well, worker seems okay with the field looking like that, so we will leave him at it, or her. It's a dude with a beard. Okay, so conditioned grass. Nice. I can go back into the this and put it away. And I've got to figure out something to do with all that manure as well. Obviously, as the farm gets more established, we get more fields. There may be more of an income thing happening. Okay, let's swing that around there. And I think I got halfway into saying, I think what's happened to that cow pasture is because it's now grazable. I think grazing might be affecting our environmental score on that field, which is why the lime and the other stuff has gotten a little bit out of kilter. Now I can go out there and spray it. The problem is you have to mow it in order for it to update the environmental score, so that's a big pain in the butt. I might need to go out on that field. Well, let's go and have a look at that field, actually. Don't know, it's still growth stage 3 of 3. So the cows aren't really eating this because we're giving them way too much food in here. We've still got 15,000 litres of food. So yeah, we'll see. That manure, I have nothing to do, so we're going to have to get, geez, 92,000 litres. We're going to have to figure out something to do with it, because I'm sure it's not going to use it all up in our little tomato patch. These are going to need topped up over time, but no big hurry there. Got the balus stacked on the back of that. So yes, I think I'm going to call it today. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribes are appreciated. We will be back, as I said, next week. The kids will be over, so I don't know if they'll be in the house or helping Mrs. Osa clean the church. But they will be here next week. And we'll get back to doing something. As I said, I have no plans at all. Last thing I was going to do. Click on that and purchase soil information. £11,000. Oh, that is so expensive. But there you go. So that's how we refresh that. These have probably got a couple or two more harvests before they age out. But with grass, because you're cutting through it so quickly, it's just chewed up. So that's 94, that's down to 54. I suppose if we can keep it over 50, that's fine. These are all 99s. 98, we've just harvested that. We're going to have to go back into this field when the grass has been collected and moved off the field. We're going to have to respray this because this will be no longer good stuff. Oops. Yeah, you can see pH is now bad, so we're going to have to lime this. We're going to have to spray it, and it's winter, so we may be okay with that. I may come out here with going to need to lease a lime spreader for that, so that's another expense. But yeah, anyway, I'm waffling. I wish you all a good weekend. Have a good week, and we will be back next week. But for right now, I think I am out of here. Have fun, everybody.